We all experience moments when life feels overwhelmingly difficult, when our emotions surge like a raging fire, threatening to consume us. The feeling of losing control, of being swept away by anger, sadness, fear, or anxiety, is a universal human experience. In these moments, many yearn for a sense of emotional equilibrium, a way to navigate the turbulent waters of life with greater calm and resilience. Some may even mistakenly believe that the answer lies in becoming emotionless, in shutting down their feelings altogether. But true strength isn't found in emotional suppression. It's found in emotional mastery. This exploration delves into the profound wisdom of Stoic philosophy, a timeless guide to harnessing the power of emotions, transforming them from potential liabilities into formidable assets for personal development and a more fulfilling life. Stoicism isn't about indifference. It's about cultivating the wisdom to understand, manage, and utilize our emotions effectively. Imagine possessing the ability to navigate challenging situations with unwavering composure, to transform obstacles into opportunities, and to live a life guided by reason and virtue, rather than being driven by impulsive reactions. That is the promise of Stoicism. We'll embark on a transformative journey, unveiling 7 core principles that provide the tools and techniques to not only control your emotions, but also to forge them into powerful instruments for self-improvement, resilience, and lasting happiness. So, join us as we unlock the secrets of Stoicism and discover how you can unleash the Stoic warrior within, mastering your emotions and transforming your life. Body. This journey into Stoic philosophy will revolve around 7 foundational principles. Each principle will be explored with a mix of original examples, real-life scenarios, philosophical insights, and practical exercises to foster a deep understanding and practical application of these powerful concepts. Rule number 1: severing the toxic ties, cutting off negative influences. The company we keep exerts a profound influence on our emotional state, our thoughts, and our overall well-being. Just as a single rotten apple can contaminate an entire basket, toxic individuals can drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and undermine our sense of self-worth. Stoic philosophy places paramount importance on self-control and the preservation of inner peace, and this begins with carefully curating the relationships in our lives. We must recognize that while we cannot control the actions or behaviors of others, we possess the power to choose who we allow into our inner circle. The ancient philosopher Epictetus wisely stated, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we speak," a powerful reminder to be mindful of the people we befriend and to trust our intuition when assessing their impact on our lives. Toxic individuals manifest in various forms. The chronic complainer who finds fault in everything, the relentless pessimist who sees only the negative side of every situation, the habitual conflict seeker who thrives on drama, and the perpetually negative person who exudes negativity like a toxic cloud. Exposure to these individuals can erode our motivation, distort our perspective, and even impede our progress on the path to self-improvement. The energy vampire. Consider the constant complainer, the individual who relentlessly focuses on the negative aspects of life, always finding something to criticize or lament. Initially, you may try to offer support and understanding, but over time, you realize that every interaction leaves you feeling depleted, discouraged, and emotionally burdened. The drama magnet. Then there's the drama magnet. The person who consistently finds themselves embroiled in conflict, often creating unnecessary chaos and drawing others into their turbulent world. Engaging with this type of individual can be emotionally exhausting and can distract you from your own goals and priorities. The negativity spreader. Furthermore, the pessimist, they often focus on spreading negativity in everything that they can touch, which can be devastating for your mindset. They may spread pessimism about the world and also about you, making it hard to keep focused on your goals. Imagine a scenario. You have a colleague who perpetually complains about their workload, their boss, and their colleagues. They constantly express dissatisfaction with every aspect of their job, and their negativity permeates the office atmosphere. Initially, you attempt to offer solutions and support, but you soon realize that their complaining is a deeply ingrained habit, and your efforts to help are met with resistance or further negativity. Each conversation leaves you feeling drained and discouraged. In accordance with Stoic principles, you decide to limit your exposure to this individual. You avoid engaging in their negative rants, redirect the conversation to more positive topics, and prioritize spending time with colleagues who offer encouragement and inspiration. By consciously distancing yourself from this toxic influence, you protect your own mental well-being and create space for more positive and uplifting relationships. Stoicism emphasizes living a virtuous and meaningful life, with a preservation of inner peace and the pursuit of what is truly important are paramount. This often necessitates making difficult decisions, such as severing or distancing ourselves from relationships that do not contribute positively to our lives. This is not an act of malice or animosity, but rather a recognition that for the sake of our own mental and spiritual health, certain relationships may need to be redefined or relinquished. Eliminating toxic influences from our lives not only fosters optimism and motivation, but also facilitates personal growth. It frees up valuable time and energy to focus on our goals, cultivate healthy relationships with supportive individuals, and pursue activities that nourish our minds and souls. This is not an act of selfishness, but rather an essential step on the path to autonomy and spiritual freedom. Stoic theory emphasizes that each of us has the right and the responsibility to safeguard our own happiness and inner peace. Sometimes, this necessitates distancing ourselves from negative influences, regardless of how they may present themselves. Remember, the journey to mastering our emotions begins with ensuring that our external influences align with our internal goals and aspirations. Here are some actionable steps to implement this principle. Identify toxic relationships. Reflect on the relationships in your life and honestly assess their impact on your emotional well-being. Which individuals consistently leave you feeling drained, discouraged, or negative? Establish boundaries. Set clear boundaries with toxic individuals. Limit your interactions with them. Avoid engaging in negative conversations and assert your need for space and time. Reduce contact. Gradually reduce your contact with toxic individuals. This may involve declining invitations, ending phone calls prematurely, or simply spending less time in their presence. Seek supportive relationships. Cultivate relationships with individuals who offer encouragement, support, and positive energy. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Trust your intuition. Pay attention to your gut feelings. If a relationship feels draining or toxic, trust your intuition and take steps to protect yourself. By consciously severing toxic ties, you create a more nurturing and supportive environment for your personal growth and emotional well-being. Rule number 2, guarding your time and energy, setting boundaries and saying no. In the fast-paced, demanding world we inhabit, personal boundaries are often overlooked and underestimated. Yet, establishing and maintaining clear boundaries is not merely an act of self-preservation. It is a crucial step in preserving our sense of self, maintaining balance in our lives, and cultivating inner peace. Stoic philosophers, acutely aware of the preciousness of time and the importance of self-reflection, recognize the vital role that boundaries play in protecting our mental and emotional well-being. Seneca, the renowned Stoic philosopher, famously declared, "Nothing, Lucilius, is ours except time." We often squander our time and energy by readily accommodating the demands of others, responding to their requests without considering our own needs or limitations. By constantly making ourselves available, we inadvertently send a message to the world that our time, energy, and mental health are not valuable. This can lead to feelings of exhaustion, resentment, sadness, depression, and overwhelming pressure. It's as if we've left the doors and windows of our house wide open, inviting anyone and anything to disrupt our peace and tranquility. The overcommitted professional, Imagine a scenario where you are a dedicated professional who consistently goes above and beyond for your job. You never refuse a request, readily volunteer for extra tasks, and often work late into the night to meet deadlines. While your dedication is admirable, it comes at a cost. You consistently feel stressed, exhausted, and overwhelmed, and you have little time for personal pursuits or self-care. The people pleaser. Consider the individual who strives to please everyone around them, constantly putting the needs of others before their own. They struggle to say no, even when they're already overburdened, and they often sacrifice their own well-being to accommodate the demands of others. Applying this Stoic principle involves setting clear and firm boundaries around your time and energy. It means consciously choosing how you spend your time, making thoughtful decisions, and learning to say no when you feel you've reached your limit and need time for rest, reflection, and self-care. Imagine that you are someone who has always been willing to work tirelessly day and night for your job. You rarely refuse requests from your colleagues or superiors, and you often feel stressed and overwhelmed by the constant demands on your time. Applying this Stoic principle, you begin to establish boundaries for your time. You make conscious decisions about how you allocate your hours, prioritizing tasks that align with your goals and values. You learn to say no to requests that are unreasonable or that will detract from your ability to focus on your most important priorities. You schedule dedicated time for rest, relaxation, and personal pursuits, ensuring that you have the opportunity to recharge and rejuvenate. As a result, you no longer work continuously, and you have time to relax and pursue your passions, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Setting boundaries enables us to recognize and respect our own needs and limitations. When we take the time to reflect and listen to our inner voice, we learn to respond to situations with wisdom and thoughtfulness, rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. This not only helps us control our emotions more effectively, but also empowers us to make more responsible choices in all of our relationships. Remember that setting boundaries does not mean becoming selfish or uncaring towards others. Instead, it enables us to interact with the world in a healthy and sustainable way, ensuring that we do not become emotionally and mentally depleted. When we control our time and space, we are better equipped to face and handle difficult situations with calmness and purpose. Here are some actionable steps to implement this principle. Identify your limits. Reflect on your current commitments and responsibilities. Where do you feel overwhelmed, stressed, or resentful? What are your physical, emotional, and mental limits? Prioritize your needs. Identify your core values, goals, and priorities. What activities and relationships nourish your soul and contribute to your overall well-being? Learn to say no. Practice saying no to requests that are unreasonable, that do not align with your values, or that will detract from your ability to focus on your priorities. Communicate your boundaries. Clearly communicate your boundaries to others. Explain your limits and expectations in a respectful and assertive manner. Enforce your boundaries. Be consistent in enforcing your boundaries. Do not allow others to pressure you into exceeding your limits or violating your needs. By establishing and maintaining clear boundaries, you protect your time, energy, and mental well-being, empowering you to live a more balanced, fulfilling, and purposeful life. Rule number 3, the art of detachment. Loving without excessive attachment. Love, a profound and cherished emotion, is often seen as the key to happiness and a meaningful life. Stoic philosophy recognizes the inherent value of love and emotions, but cautions against the dangers of excessive attachment. Stoic philosophers, who deeply valued emotional resilience, frequently spoke of the perils of attachment. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The strength he refers to is the capacity to love without becoming overly dependent, to appreciate the beauty of a relationship without allowing it to define our entire existence. This lesson becomes particularly salient when we consider the pervasive nature of attachment in our personal lives. Imagine a scenario where we invest an inordinate amount of emotional energy in another person. This can become a double-edged sword, leading to overdependence and a willingness to sacrifice too much for their sake. This, in turn, can lead to significant pain and disappointment if that person does not reciprocate our feelings to the degree we had hoped. Furthermore, if the person moves away, ends the relationship, or passes away, we may experience unnecessary suffering. The overly invested partner. Consider a romantic relationship where one partner becomes completely absorbed in the other, neglecting their own needs, interests, and friendships. They may become excessively jealous, possessive, and controlling, stifling their partner's individuality and autonomy. The overprotective parent. Think of a parent who becomes overly attached to their child, smothering them with attention and shielding them from any potential harm. They may struggle to let go as their child grows older, hindering their independence and self-reliance. Stoic philosophy encourages us to love others freely and sincerely, while simultaneously cultivating spiritual independence. This entails striking a balance between love and self-reliance. We should not allow our emotions to be dictated by the actions or opinions of others. Instead, we should strive to maintain a strong and independent soul. But can we truly love without the risk of being hurt? The key lies in learning to love freely, controlling our emotions, and preventing them from dominating our lives. By doing so, we become more patient, adaptable to change, and capable of calmly overcoming life's challenges. Remember, Stoic philosophy does not advocate for indifference or coldness. Rather, it encourages us to learn how to manage and control our emotions to cultivate a calm and flourishing life. By mastering the art of loving without excessive attachment, we not only protect our hearts, but also honor our spirits. We become capable of forming deep connections without losing ourselves in the process. This is the first step towards achieving true emotional mastery, where we are in control of our emotions rather than being controlled by them. Here are some actionable steps to implement this principle. Cultivate self-sufficiency. Develop your own interests, hobbies, and passions. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, independent of your relationships with others. Practice detachment. Recognize that people are free to make their own choices, even if those choices do not align with your desires. Accept that you cannot control the actions of others. Focus on what you can control, instead of dwelling on what you cannot control. Focus on what you can control, your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Embrace change. Accept that change is inevitable. Be prepared to let go of relationships and situations that no longer serve your best interests. Practice gratitude. Appreciate the positive aspects of your relationships, but do not become overly dependent on them for your happiness. By mastering the art of detachment, you can cultivate stronger, healthier relationships and protect yourself from unnecessary emotional distress. Rule number 4, the power of restraint, mindful communication, and emotional regulation. In the daily tapestry of our lives, we often encounter situations rife with pressure and potential conflict. In such moments, Stoic philosophy encourages us to maintain composure and inner calm, rather than allowing our emotions and opinions to erupt uncontrollably. Stoicism places significant emphasis on the importance of inner tranquility and the inherent dangers of seeking validation from external sources. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, famously stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This profound statement underscores the notion that true happiness resides in our ability to manage our thoughts and intellect independently of the opinions and approval of others. Think back to times when you shared a personal achievement with others, seeking recognition or validation. What was the reception you often received? Was it met with genuine enthusiasm, or did it elicit criticism, ridicule, or even mockery? Such experiences can be deeply hurtful, undermining our self-confidence and leaving us feeling deflated. D. The social media seeker. Consider someone who constantly seeks validation through social media, posting updates and photos in hopes of receiving likes and comments. They may become anxious and insecure if their posts do not receive the desired attention. The approval-dependent employee. Think of an employee who is overly concerned with receiving praise from their boss. They may become stressed and anxious if they do not receive positive feedback, even if their work is of high quality. Therefore, the fourth rule in Stoic philosophy is designed to help us avoid unnecessary conflicts and prevent unintended negative consequences in our communication. Rather than reacting impulsively when triggered by our emotions or opinions, this rule encourages us to listen and understand others first. This not only fosters a more positive communication environment, but also helps us learn to regulate our emotions. Instead of allowing emotions to surge uncontrollably, we can manage them, ensuring that they do not dictate our decisions and lead to undesirable actions or experiences. However, this perspective does not advocate for the complete suppression of our emotions and opinions. Rather, it encourages us to find thoughtful and tactful ways to express them. This means carefully considering our words and actions before speaking or acting, ensuring that they do not incite conflict or escalate into uncontrollable outbursts. This skill is not only beneficial for maintaining stable relationships with others, but also invaluable in our everyday lives. It empowers us to demonstrate patience and make wise choices in various situations, from our work to our family and social life. Here are some actionable steps to implement this principle. Practice active listening. Before expressing your own opinions, take the time to listen attentively to others. Seek to understand their perspective and motivations. Pause before reacting. When you feel your emotions rising, pause before reacting. Take a deep breath and allow yourself time to calm down. Choose your words carefully. Think before you speak. Choose your words thoughtfully and avoid using language that is inflammatory or accusatory. Express your emotions constructively. Find healthy ways to express your emotions, such as through journaling, exercise, or talking to a trusted friend. Focus on solutions. Instead of dwelling on problems, focus on finding solutions. Work collaboratively with others to resolve conflicts and achieve common goals. By practicing restraint in our communication, we can foster more positive relationships, avoid unnecessary conflicts, and cultivate greater inner peace. Rule number 5, compassionate discernment, caring wisely and avoiding emotional overload. Compassion, the ability to understand and share the emotions of others, is often regarded as one of the most noble qualities of human beings. In a world filled with touching and challenging stories, it is easy to become overwhelmed and emotionally depleted if we are overly concerned about everyone. Epicurus, while not strictly a Stoic but influential to the movement, wisely stated, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This understanding is particularly relevant when it comes to compassion. The way we show compassion in these situations can significantly impact how we live our lives and contribute to the lives of others. Instead of being driven by raw emotions and the immediate circumstances around us, Stoic philosophy encourages us to learn how to control our reactions. Compassion does not mean that we must endure everything or assume everyone's responsibilities. Instead, it means that we need to discern between what we can control and what we cannot. The overwhelmed caregiver. Consider a caregiver who is responsible for the well-being of multiple family members, including elderly parents and young children. They may become emotionally and physically exhausted trying to meet everyone's needs. The empathic friend. Think of a friend who is highly sensitive to the emotions of others. They may become emotionally drained by constantly absorbing the stress and anxiety of those around them. This rule encourages us not to put ourselves in situations where we feel obligated to help everyone and share all their burdens. Instead, we should practice sharing and caring wisely. This means focusing on helping those who genuinely need our support and have the potential to positively transform their lives. Imagine that you are an office worker and you have a colleague who is struggling with their workload. You want to demonstrate compassion and offer support. However, You're also aware that you have been working hard all day and are feeling fatigued. In this scenario, you can apply the principle of compassionate discernment. This involves choosing when to invest your emotions and when to maintain a healthy emotional distance. By doing so, you protect yourself from unnecessary emotional fluctuations and ensure that when you do decide to care, it is genuine, focused, and impactful. Instead of continuing to work throughout the day and sharing all the pressure with your colleague, you can choose to proactively reach out and offer support at a more opportune time, such as after work. This allows you to safeguard your own mental energy and continue working effectively while providing focused and helpful assistance when your colleague truly needs your support. When we care excessively about everyone, we can lose focus on ourselves and our own goals. This can lead to fatigue and imbalance in our lives. Instead of becoming overly empathetic and sacrificing our independence, we can practice self-care and maintain the Stoic spirit of control and reason. By applying rule number 5, we can approach compassion with greater insight and focus on actions that are meaningful and positive. This not only helps us maintain control over our minds and emotions, but also creates conditions for positive interaction and genuine support for others. What happens to you is not as important as how you react to it. And compassion in Stoic philosophy is not solely about feeling, but about acting with understanding and control. Here are some actionable steps to implement this principle. Practice self-care. Prioritize your own physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Engage in activities that replenish your energy and reduce stress. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries to protect your time and energy. Learn to say no to requests that are draining or overwhelming. Discern needs. Assess the genuine needs of others before offering assistance. Determine whether your help will be truly beneficial or will simply enable them to avoid responsibility. Focus on empowerment. Offer support that empowers others to help themselves. Encourage them to develop their own skills and resources. Detach with compassion. Learn to detach from the emotional suffering of others without becoming indifferent. Offer support without absorbing their negativity. By embracing compassionate discernment, we can cultivate a more balanced and sustainable approach to caring for others, while safeguarding our own well-being and fostering genuine positive change. Rule number 6, the foundation of strength. Prioritizing self and embracing honesty. As we approach the culmination of this transformative journey, rule number 6 helps us cultivate greater control over our emotions and strive for spiritual elevation. It emphasizes the importance of prioritizing ourselves and embracing honesty in all aspects of our lives. In modern society, we often face pressures from various sources, including family, friends, and societal expectations. This can lead us to prioritize others and external circumstances over our own well-being, resulting in emotional complexity and a sense of being out of control. However, Stoic philosophy suggests that to gain mastery over our emotions, we must first take care of ourselves. The self-sacrificing parent. Consider a parent who consistently puts the needs of their children before their own, neglecting their own health, interests, and personal growth. The overly accommodating friend. Think of a friend who always puts the needs of their friends first, often at their own expense. They may sacrifice their own time, energy, and resources to help others, even when it is detrimental to their own well-being. Consider the safety instructions provided on an airplane. Passengers are instructed to put on their own oxygen masks before assisting others. This is not merely a safety protocol, but a powerful metaphor for self-preservation. In an emergency situation, ensuring that you have sufficient oxygen to breathe is crucial for maintaining alertness and effectively assisting others. Prioritizing oneself also involves focusing on personal improvement. We should not be overly concerned with the opinions of others. Instead, we should concentrate on self-development and strive to become better versions of ourselves each day. Sometimes, setting boundaries and declining requests that do not align with our values and goals is an essential part of prioritizing ourselves. Furthermore, honesty is another critical aspect of emotional strength. Honesty encompasses not only expressing our thoughts and emotions authentically, but also possessing the ability to listen to and confront others with feedback in a constructive manner. When we demonstrate honesty in our communication, we help eliminate misunderstandings and gain a more comprehensive understanding of any situation. Honesty also empowers us to confront difficulties and challenges courageously. Instead of avoiding and suppressing emotions, we can face them head-on and seek constructive solutions. This fosters emotional strength and promotes personal growth. Remember that prioritizing oneself and practicing honesty does not imply lacking compassion or neglecting others. Instead, it is a way for us to become more effective in contributing to the well-being of others after we have managed ourselves effectively. Adhering to rule number 6 will empower you to build confidence, cultivate a more spiritually uplifting life, and gain greater control over your emotions. Here are some actionable steps to implement this principle. Practice self-reflection. Take time each day to reflect on your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Identify your strengths and weaknesses. Set personal goals. Establish clear goals for your personal growth and development. Focus on areas where you want to improve. Say no when necessary. Don't be afraid to say no to requests that are draining or overwhelming. Protect your time and energy. Be honest with yourself and others. Express your thoughts and feelings authentically. Provide and receive feedback in a constructive manner. Confront challenges courageously. Face difficulties head-on. Don't avoid or suppress your emotions. Seek solutions and learn from your experiences. By prioritizing ourselves and embracing honesty, we can cultivate greater emotional strength, build stronger relationships, and live more fulfilling lives. Rule number 7. The crucible of growth. Embracing adversity and finding strength in challenges. Life is rarely a smooth and effortless journey. Challenges can arise unexpectedly, from demanding work situations to difficulties in relationships and personal health crises. Instead of succumbing to fear and despair, we can learn to perceive these challenges as opportunities for growth and maturity. Accepting difficulties does not mean surrendering or giving up. Rather, it signifies finding ways to make the most of every situation, even challenging ones, to emerge stronger and more resilient. The job loss. Consider someone who loses their job unexpectedly. They may experience feelings of fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. However, they can also choose to view this as an opportunity to reassess their career goals, acquire new skills, and pursue a more fulfilling path. The illness. Think of someone who is diagnosed with a serious illness. They may experience feelings of sadness, anger, and despair. However, they can also choose to view this as an opportunity to prioritize their health, strengthen their relationships, and live each day to the fullest. One of the most significant benefits of accepting difficulties and facing challenges is the ability to control our emotions more effectively. In our daily lives, we often encounter stressful, pressure-filled, and challenging situations that we cannot avoid. However, Stoic philosophy equips us with the tools to cultivate emotional control and maintain an optimistic and calm spirit in all circumstances. For example, when facing an important project with a looming deadline, instead of allowing fear and pressure to dictate your actions, you learn to remain calm, focus on the task at hand, and seek practical solutions. By practicing these principles, you complete the project on time and navigate the challenging situation with confidence and patience. Emotional control also fosters healthier relationships. We can avoid unnecessary conflicts and demonstrate patience and reason when communicating with others. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This encapsulates one of the core principles of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the power of controlling our emotions in our lives. This principle underscores the importance of recognizing that we cannot fully control external events. The world is filled with unpredictable changes, and there are situations that we cannot alter. However, what we can completely control is our mind and how we react to those events. When we realize that our strength lies in our ability to control our thoughts and feelings, we become more confident and resilient in all circumstances. We are no longer slaves to our emotions. Instead, we become masters of them. This enables us to maintain an optimistic, calm, and steadfast spirit in the face of adversity. With this final rule, we can cultivate a spirit of patience and face life with greater fortitude, laying the foundation for a future that we are proud of. This is one of the guiding principles of Stoic philosophy, empowering us to live better lives and become the best versions of ourselves. Here are some actionable steps to implement this principle. Reframe your perspective. When faced with a challenge, try to reframe your perspective. Look for the potential opportunities for growth and learning. Focus on what you can control. Accept that you cannot control external events. Instead, focus on what you can control: your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Practice gratitude. Even in the midst of challenges, take time to appreciate the good things in your life. Gratitude can help you maintain a positive outlook. Seek support. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Connect with supportive friends, family members, or professionals. Learn from your experiences. Reflect on your challenges and learn from your experiences. Use your struggles to become stronger and more resilient. By embracing adversity, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and cultivate a more resilient and fulfilling life. Conclusion. With these 7 Stoic rules for mastering your emotions, you have equipped yourself with the armor and the weapons of a spiritual warrior. Let the fire of wisdom and unwavering determination guide your actions, illuminate your path, and empower you to conquer every challenge that you may encounter. Remember that every difficulty you face, every obstacle you overcome, is simply an opportunity for you to evolve, to rise above limitations, and to become the best version of yourself. Life is a constant flux, a river of change that ceaselessly flows. Embrace its unpredictable nature, and remember that you are the master of your own journey, the captain of your soul. Never allow negative emotions to cloud your judgment, undermine your resolve, or steal your joy. You possess the innate ability to control your mind, to choose your reactions, and to transform every situation into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Before we conclude this enriching journey together, ensure that you have subscribed to this channel so that you never miss out on future sources of encouragement, inspiration, and invaluable knowledge about Stoic philosophy. We are committed to walking alongside you on your path to conquering life's challenges and realizing your full potential. Remember to click the like and share buttons to spread the wisdom of Stoicism to more individuals, empowering them to master their emotions and transform their lives. Don't forget to leave a comment below this video, sharing your thoughts, insights, or questions. And if you're unsure of what to say, simply type "encourage me" so that we know that you are ready to embrace these principles and apply them to your life. Continue on your journey and always unleash the strong human spirit within you to conquer each day with courage, wisdom, and grace. Life is like a battle, and you are the victor. In this detailed exploration of Stoic philosophy, we've delved into 7 key principles for mastering our emotions and transforming our lives. These principles, when applied consistently, provide a powerful framework for cultivating resilience, inner peace, and lasting happiness. Cut off toxic people. Protect your emotional well-being by severing ties with individuals who drain your energy, undermine your self-worth, and spread negativity. Set boundaries. Guard your time and energy by establishing clear boundaries and learning to say no to requests that are unreasonable or detrimental to your well-being. Don't love anyone too much. Cultivate spiritual independence by loving others freely without becoming overly attached or dependent on their actions or opinions. Don't express your feelings and views. Practice mindful communication by listening attentively, pausing before reacting, and choosing your words carefully to avoid unnecessary conflicts. Don't care for everyone and become less empathetic. Approach compassion with discernment by focusing on helping those who genuinely need your support and have the potential to positively change their lives. Put yourself first and become straightforward. Prioritize your own well-being and embrace honesty in all aspects of your life, setting boundaries and expressing your thoughts and feelings authentically. Embrace adversity. Transform challenges into opportunities for growth by reframing your perspective, focusing on what you can control and learning from your experiences. By consistently applying these 7 Stoic principles, you can cultivate greater emotional resilience, build stronger relationships, and live a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Remember, the journey to emotional mastery is a lifelong pursuit, and with each step you take, you are unleashing the Stoic warrior within.